Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And I know I haven't been on for the past little while. It's because some personal issues have been going on. So took a little break, but I know I did start the stream 17 minutes later than what I was expecting. It's because of traffic and stuff. So it's nothing really to be worried about. So welcome to the 10th episode. Finally, we are in the double digits. And to celebrate it, we are talking about the Black Phone 2, which I'm crazy excited for. I don't know about you guys. And with that, we have a special guest, Allison, aka Row Horrors of Terrors. So welcome on. How
Hello.
are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Chilling, I guess. Traffic was pretty busy, but now we're back on it. Videos will keep coming on, and I
Mm,
guess it's good to be back, even though stuff's happening. So obviously it's going to be painful, but hey, gotta keep up the grind, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. So what do you want to start off with talking about Black Phone 2?
Oh.
Like
Um.
if it's thoughts or theories you have.
Uh. There's this one theory that's been going on online about how Gwen's maybe gonna die.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, what's happening to her in the film from the trailers? Man, I feel bad for her. I thought Finney
Mhm.
was getting all of the drama, bro. Nah, Gwen's getting all of it. Like she's getting thrown around by him, and only she can see him, not Finney, from what we've been seeing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna. That's interesting. I feel like if they do plan on doing a third one, which honestly, because it's basically a Nightmare on Elm Street now, there's a really good chance of that happening. And if they do a third one, I feel to add to Finney's character, they do have to kill off Gwen just for character arc and character development. Even though we literally already had character
Mhm.
development with Finney. I mean, my guy, that guy is
Yeah.
crazy now. Uh, King Matthew is saying, I honestly think Black Phone didn't really need a sequel. The first one ended perfectly.
Oh.
Yeah, like that's the thing. There's certain franchises where they kind of do need sequels, or there kind of should be a sequel, or there's gonna have to be a sequel because it's how the movie is. Scream, for example, kind of needs a sequel because it's literally people dressing up as people to kill, aka Ghostface.
Yeah.
Strangers could be another example because it's random people, but that
Mhm.
one clearly only needed one film based off of the new films coming out lately, which I'm not going to talk about. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. But either way, I still think it looks like a good film. I think Black Phone did end off on a perfect note. It's like a
I feel
10 out
like
of 10 movie.
I feel like it could be a good sequel.
It could. I mean, like, especially since this is basically the Gen Z Freddy or Gen Alpha Freddy. Yeah, it's literally Gen Alpha Freddy. So I'm not
Mhm.
surprised that they are doing one. But with the way they're doing it, it has me very excited. Paranormal, supernatural, all put into one movie, like having it's
Mhm.
basically a slasher movie, kind of, but it's more supernatural because it has that Nightmare on Elm Street vibes to it.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Freddy versus Jason in a way, where they're being sent to go over to this place, like how Jason was supposed to go over to Elm Street to continue Freddy's legacy and bring him back so kids start
Yeah.
fearing him. So I'm gonna have to say, yeah, that's a really good statement to say.
Mhm.
What do you think about his statement?
Um. I feel like they kind of needed a sequel because we still need to like focus on why he just wants to kill. I, f-
That's another thing.
I feel like if they don't say that in the second movie, there can always be a third film where they can talk about it.
Yeah, there's definitely rooms for talks on what this guy does because it's clear that the grabber wants to kill kids, but why does he kill kids?
Exactly.
Maybe he was kidnapped as a kid, so maybe that traumatized him badly. And similar to My Bloody Valentine 2009, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
he puts on a mask, goes around and kills people, similar to how Dean from Supernatural dresses up as Harry Warden and starts killing people. Maybe that happens. How's it
Yeah.
going, Mr. ZV and Miss Allison? Go over to the beginning of the stream to say that, but yeah,
It's going
um,
fine.
yeah, I gotta admit, it's going fine. It's just a regular day, really. Definitely a lot of stress, honestly. Like, first I had school, and then I have to do this, and then, like, 1 or 2 hours, I have to go over to Vancouver for a basketball game. Um,
Mm.
I do love the concept of the grabber becoming the new Freddy Krueger. That's kind of interesting. Low key, I gotta agree with that.
Honestly, yeah.
It's basically a Nightmare on Elm Street X in a way, if you really think about it. Like first, well, actually, no. Wouldn't it technically be nine since Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 was a reboot? And so it would probably have to be a Nightmare on Elm Street 9 since 2010 was just a straight reboot. So honestly, I feel like this one is like a Nightmare on Elm Street 9, the return of Freddy Krueger, but this time it's like the grabber. So yeah, and also
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it could be like a way to get other people to know who Freddy Krueger is, especially since
Yeah.
that guy is a big inspiration for a lot of films nowadays, which could be Stranger Things for season 4 with Vecna breaking people's bones in the upside down in their
Mm-hmm.
dreams, kind of.
Hold on.
Bro, all I could hear was something about War Thunder, bro. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's my brother.
Uh,
He's a mess.
yeah, we're all messes in our own ways, but oh, yeah, the new film it looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, like I love and that I love this, but I'm also really worried. The change in the film is kind of worrying. Like first we go from this like kid snatcher that gets killed by one of his victims and then he comes back to go haunt him again, but in his teen form. So it's like,
Yeah.
why is he doing this again? Like, I get it. Actually, no, it's kind of pretty obvious why he does it, but it's just the way he's doing it. It's crazy. And these kids that got killed, why are they a part of the grabber's legacy? Like,
Honestly.
mm, ooh,
Ooh.
I have an idea. It could be possibly the first victims of the grabber. If I'm being honest, it's most likely the grabber's first victims. So then
Ooh.
he's luring Finney and Gwen over to this youth camp to kill them where he started his killing spree. That
Oh.
honestly, there, I think we just solved it. I think the
Bro.
entire movie solved. No need to go see it in theaters. There we go, guys.
um
That's the end of the live stream. I'm just kidding.
um
Honestly, yeah, that might be it, but anything can happen.
honestly, the grabber just does not care about killing kids. He does not care.
Yeah, my God, he's like Art the Clown, but worse. Like Art the Clown, yeah, he straight up like bombs kids and malls, or chops their head off and chops their limbs off. But the grabber is completely different. He'll straight up kidnap them in front of people or
Mm-hmm.
literally just in daylight. Like if you look at the beginning of the Black Phone, Bruce straight up gets taken in the middle of the neighborhood, like in
Yep.
the middle of it. So it's like he doesn't care where he does it. He just cares how they die and how he wants to kill them. And most likely he kills them the same exact way that every other kid dies.
You know what's kind of strange?
What?
Um, I'm still wondering, how did Robin get kidnapped in the first place?
Yeah, because if you look at that kid, like dude, he's ripped. Well, not like ripped, but he's like strong as hell. And he straight up beat like a big person. Like that guy was big. And then Robin just
Mhm.
straight up kicks him like crazy, punches him, and then gets his nose bleeding and straight up like I don't know how Robin could fail against the grabber. But to be fair,
Yeah.
grabber is a straight up grown man who's been doing this for God knows how long. So he's probably been kidnapping kids and fighting kids for a long time.
Mhm.
But to be fair, like Finney straight up just beats the grabber with no hesitation. Like after he prepares fighting and stuff with Robin's help, then he just goes on, beats the living crap out of the grabber, and then strangles him to death. Like honestly, I don't think the grabber's even that strong. Maybe he might not even be that
Yeah.
strong, and especially with Finney now as like a teenager, probably like 15 or 16 years old, he's probably going to be insanely strong now,
Uh
especially
huh.
since he's like a celebrity over there where he lives. And that's
Um,
another part of his character development.
you know what's crazy?
What
Um, the grabber literally got bodied by a freaking kid in the first film, yet he's still hunting for more. That's just insane.
exactly? Like he's like, bro, my guy gets strangled to death, and then he's like, death is just a word. And then he lures Finney over to this youth camp and then tries killing him and his sister there. Like, he's desperate. He's really desperate. He
Uh huh.
wants to succeed. He wants to make a name. That that might even be worse, the fact he's making a name by killing kids in their dreams. That's gonna be even
Yeah.
worse now. Because now it's like, although it's basically the same exact thing as Freddy Krueger, except this time he's an adult, not a kid.
Mhm.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, the grabber technically uses the phone to taunt like Ghostface does his victims. I can't even really remember the black phone because it's been a while since I've seen the black phone. You're partially right. He doesn't use the phone to taunt people. It's actually the victims of the kids he's killed that use the phone to communicate to whoever is trapped in the basement and try to help them escape. That's why Finney found out so many ways to escape, such as the wire scene where he takes like a wire and puts it through this window and tries to climb up, break it, break the glass, and get out. Or Naughty Dog, if you no Naughty Boy, I think it was, if you guys remember that, where he unlocks it, the dog starts barking, he gets out, Grabber goes out, catches him, brings him back in, and then obviously Finney starts punching at the wall with this toilet cap. Then he finds meat in a freezer behind the wall, and then he uses that meat at the end of the film to give it to the dog and escape. So he uses the people on the phone to his advantage to help him get out. So yeah. My theory is the grabber is related to Finney and Gwen maybe a half sibling to their mother since she also possesses psychic abilities. I don't know about that one because the thing actually, hmm, that might not be a bad theory now that I think about it, because maybe the phone belongs to Gwen's mother. So you never know what can happen. Anything can really happen there. But overall, I think that theory isn't necessarily bad. I think it's decent. I think it's a decent theory because it kind of makes sense. Maybe the phone belonged to the mother and her psychic abilities passed over to Gwen and the phone. So now these kids that are dead can communicate through the phone. And eventually, the grabber got possession of the phone and starts using it for. No, wait, it wouldn't make sense then. No, wait. Actually, now that I think about it, it wouldn't make sense because the grabber specifically says in the film that he's had the phone since he was a kid. So it wouldn't necessarily. It can make sense. Maybe the grabber is actually the mother's brother. okay, we're figuring things out on theories on what could this black phone be used for. And honestly, now that I think about it, that's not a bad theory. I will be honest. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to say that's not a bad theory at all. But overall, um, I have a decent theory actually.
All right.
So as you all know, in the movie, specifically the original, Gwen starts like seeing these weird dreams. And now she's getting these weird dreams in the second one. Obviously, she's getting them from her mother, as King Matthew just said. But maybe she can like see into the future. Like, obviously, there's psychic abilities that she got from her mother, but maybe she can see into the future. Because why is she getting brought over here for a reason if maybe she can see into the future, see what can happen? Because she's already like, wow, I can sense something is wrong here. Like,
Mhm.
maybe she's sensing something in the future might go wrong and it might either kill her or Finney. So she might have like an ability to possibly see into the future, possibly not like
Um,
actually see into the future, but
in
like
the
see
oh,
what could happen.
in the first movie, we did see like Gwen seeing the dead bodies from the grabber, so that might hint like how she's
Ooh,
gonna see how they died in the second film.
that's that is another thing because now that I think about it, going based off of what you said, if you really look at it, she started seeing those dead bodies as soon as she got to the house. Like,
Mhm.
as soon as she got to the house, she fell off her bike, and then the house was right there in front of her.
Mhm.
So that means every single kid that got killed and is inside of that house, she could see.
Yep.
So, yeah, and now, yeah, that's a pretty good theory, actually. Well, not necessarily a theory, but like an explanation, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty smart thinking. And think about it, now there's victims that are being shown in the second film from a completely different place. Alpine
Mhm.
Youth Camp, I think it's called. So where are the bodies located there? Maybe Gwen might be able to see where the bodies are located there. Possibly maybe you might be able to find the grabber's corpse because they never showed what happened to his corpse at the end of the film.
Oh
They never
yeah.
did. So, oh, I just realized that. Why is he in Alpine Youth Camp? Oh, wait. No, I think I know what's happening. He's killing these random kids in their dreams, and his
Oh.
body is stuck somewhere in Alpine Youth Camp. So he's luring Gwen and Finney over there because he's been killing kids over there in his dreams. So maybe the killing spree he was doing back where Finney was originally living, maybe that
Mhm.
was like his actual first killing spree, and now his second killing spree is killing kids in their dreams over at Alpine Youth Camp because that's where his body is. Yeah, that might be so there's multiple theories that we've already made regarding the film. There's yeah, I gotta admit, I think out of those ones, that might be the closest one now that I think about it. But as I said, theories are just theories. Sometimes they won't even matter. Sometimes they're not correct. But sometimes you just have a gut feeling that maybe there is something right about your theory that you're making.
Mhm.
And this one I feel really confident about. So it's really just a matter of what can happen in the film and what happens in the script. But what I personally think is that he is killing these kids in their
Mhm.
dreams over at Alpine Youth Camp. And now he's luring Finney and Gwen over there to kill them there. But the reason he's killing these random kids is to draw attention to lure them over there. So then she starts having dreams about these kids getting killed.
Mhm.
But again, they never show when these kids got killed. There's only like random pictures of them. But then looking at the pictures, They're not old pictures. They look decently new. So
Hmm.
it's clearly probably from the present day. So
I
that's my
I
theory.
I honestly like the retro style of the Black Phone too, especially with the like camera type of like
Mm.
shots that we've seen in the trailers.
Yeah, from like the wide, like somewhat wide shots of the phone booth. Those are partially in the first film, but not really. It's like VHS style, kind of, but not really. Actually, no, it's pretty much VHS style. I really like that too because it makes the audience feel a little bit uneasy. It makes you feel like you're not watching a movie, like you're not watching what's happening in the movie. It's like
Hmm.
maybe it's part of Gwen's mind and she's seeing these VHS styled like versions of everything.
Hmm.
So probably to fit the style of the 80s, so it's like these pictures and stuff, they're obviously going to be retro, might have a VHS style, these photos. So to fit that vibe and what she sees in her dreams, they're going with that VHS style. And I think, yeah, that's pretty sick, actually. I do like that. But yeah,
Hmm.
King Matthew is saying, do you think we'll get the teaser for Scream 7 with the Black Phone 2 since it's rumored that the teaser will come out this month?
I
That should
think.
that should be a topic as well for this because it is related to the Black Phone too. You
Oh
can go first.
yeah.
Um, you can go first if you want to say something about that, and then I'll say something after.
Okay. Um. Um. Oh. So basically, ever since Final Destination Bloodlines came out recently on May, how do you feel about the actor for Julia coming back for the Black Phone 2?
She's in the Black Phone too?
Uh-huh.
Damn, I did not know that. Wow, I'm probably gonna have to look at the cast list then. That's gonna be interesting. She's gonna
Yeah.
die. I know she's gonna die. I
Yeah.
don't think she's gonna get her head squeezed this time, but something might happen. I think she might die, especially since
Ooh.
depending on what actor it is, they usually tend to get killed in films. Um, I could probably think of a few actors that like they come back for films and then they just get killed off. Devon Sawa, that guy,
Oh.
he gets killed in everything, I swear. First, he somehow gets killed by a brick in Final Destination 2. And then he comes back for Chucky, and then he gets electrified, dies, then gets killed by Chucky again because there's two of him. There's the first brother, and then there's a second
Uh.
brother. So there's two Devon Sawas. Then he gets killed again, the other twin brother, and then he comes back again and gets killed again. My guy got resurrected like two different times in Chucky and got killed three different times. Like, first you get killed, you get resurrected. Not really. And then you get killed. And then he actually gets resurrected for real this time. Or I think it's just a different person. Maybe everyone in the world looks like Devon Sawa now. Who knows? But he just keeps getting killed and killed over and over again and keeps going into horror films. Hard Eyes. He was in Hard Eyes and he gets
Mhm.
killed again. He gets killed in everything. I swear. Great actor. He must love getting killed if he's getting killed in all three seasons of Chucky, one Final Destination film, and one Hard Eyes film. He must love getting killed. Um,
So,
yeah.
the actor for Julia in Black Phone 2, from the trailers I've seen, I think she'll get kidnapped by the grabbers and she is seen being pulled into the van.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Honestly, she might be like an older victim of the grabber. Who knows? As I said, going back to my theory about him with what happened in the original town it took place in. Maybe that was his first killing spree, and his next killing spree is killing kids in their dreams. Maybe going back to a different one. Maybe Julie is like one of the original victims that escaped but didn't actually get to kill the grabber. So that
Mm-hmm.
that would be an interesting one, and maybe she gets kidnapped again in her dreams because clearly kids are getting kidnapped left and right, or they're getting killed left and right if it's in their dreams or in real life. So anything is possible when it comes to a black phone film, as a black phone
Yeah.
too. So honestly, I think there is a good chance of her getting kidnapped. Sounds very confusing to talk about, but there is a
Yeah.
good chance.
It
But
is called
overall,
kidnapping instead of adult napping.
literally, I bet honestly, she kind of looks like she would play like a teenager, honestly. She could. Although
Mm.
realistically, teenagers do not look like this now. I swear, back in like the 2010s or early 2000s,
Uh huh.
teenagers actually look like they were teenagers. Teenagers nowadays look like they're 5 years old. I swear, there's many kids in my school that look like they're 6 years old, but they're 14. I don't
Yeah.
know what this world has come to. Like, jeez, these parents must be really good looking, or it's just their kids are just like dweebs. I guess it's crazy. And honestly, many of us, including me, could be one of them. Actually, for my age, I don't look that young. I think I look like I could be like 13, but my voice is nowhere near to being a 15-year-old. Um, Overall, yeah, she could probably play a teenager again. I don't even know what age of a role she would be playing. I don't even know what character she's playing in the Black one too. I just hope I'm
Yeah.
actually going to be able to see this film early, unlike Conjuring Last Rites, which I haven't seen yet. Strangers Chapter 2, which I finally watched 2
Oh,
days ago, and
was it
yeah,
mid?
I it was pretty mid, honestly. Not as bad as chapter one because at least it's different. It's entertaining. But
Uh
my
huh.
God, why are they rebooting such a great film? Like at this point, they were saying, no, this is a prequel of the original Strangers. No, after chapter two, this is a full-on reboot. Like
Uh
it
huh.
is a reboot. Because something happens in the film that just it happens. And keep in mind, Pray at Night is not a reboot or a remake. It is a
Mhm.
sequel to the original. So the original and Pray at Night are connected to each other. And what
Mhm.
happens in chapter two proves my point that this is not connected to the original at all, or it's taking a Halloween H2O, no, a Halloween 2018 route, which is cutting off what happened from Halloween 3 all the way to Halloween Resurrection and just starting their own new timeline going based off of the first film.
Mhm.
So maybe chapter one takes place after the original because literally nothing that happens in chapter one happens before the original Strangers, especially after chapter two. And you'll see why if you watch it. But overall, mid movie. Um, yeah, not nothing much to say about it. Oh wait, King Matthew and saying the Strangers films should have ended at Prey Night, in my opinion. Honestly,
Absolutely.
dude, I gotta admit, as much as I love Prey at Night, I love it, guys. I love Prey at Night, but they should
It's
have
a good
stopped at the
film.
original. They should have stopped at the original. But still love Prey at Night. Like the thing is, the new ones are trying to answer questions that don't need to be answered. Like, why
Yeah.
are the strangers doing what they do? That we don't need to know that because that's why they're so scary.
Wait.
That's why people are so scared of the original movie because they don't have any reason for what they do. They just kill with no reason. And answering those questions in these new films, that's not a spoiler alert. I'm just saying, answering those questions would make them less scary because now you know what their motive is.
You know
Same
you.
with Michael
You
Myers.
know. Oh, you know what they should have thought about.
What?
There are different strangers in every film. So why answer about who's Tamara in this specific franchise if there's different strangers asking for the same thing?
Yeah, that is another thing. Like they're always asking for the same thing, and it's like, mm, yeah, it's really confusing, honestly. But I
Mm-hmm.
will say about Tamara, this isn't a alert. I'm not going to say anything of what happens, but you do get an answer on who Tamara is in chapter two. I'm not going to say what it is, but you get an answer on who she is. And they
Uh
don't
huh.
necessarily explain it in clear words on who Tamara is. But if you like pay attention to the film, it'll be like, oh, Tamara is blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Um yeah. There's only so many times they can use the same plot with the strangers before it gets boring, and honestly I think chapter three will be worse.
Yeah.
Um yeah, chapter I'm gonna probably make a video on this. Chapter three is gonna suck. I know it will be bad, but I'm still gonna spend my money to go watch it in theaters. I know that seems like a weird thing, but I'm still gonna go see it. And keep in mind, it's not the same plot over and over. Chapter one and this original Strangers are the same exact film with different beginnings. Pray at Night is completely different from actually no. The Strangers chapter 2 is way different than the original in chapter 1, way different. Pray at Night at least has some like there's at least something related
Um,
to it.
I have a theory for The Strangers Chapter 3, but this contains spoilers. So if you have not seen The Strangers Chapter 2, you should cover your ears so you
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Have you
Okay.
seen chapter 2?
I actually have. It's.
Oh god.
I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. It's not that good, but
Yeah,
it's
I gave it a
also not bad.
5.5. Like I want to be generous because if I'm a big fan of The Strangers, and if you guys have been on this channel since 2024, you know how big of a fan I was back in 2024. You know, but I'm trying to be generous because I love this franchise. But chapter 1 was just straight garbage. It was like 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10 at best. And chapter 2 is like it wasn't great, but it wasn't good either. There was some cool stuff. The ending, I know a lot of people were complaining about the ending. I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good, and how we got answers on who they are. And obviously, for any of you guys that haven't seen it, please block your ears. But I love the way we got an answer to who Tamara is. I love that, and I love it how it's actually their first victim that they killed. From what it looks like, Tamara is their first victim that both Gregory and Pinup Girl killed, and then eventually they started dating. They found Pinup Girl, started becoming the strangers. And I didn't notice this, but one of the big promotional images that were used a lot on articles in chapter one's release was actually from the ending of chapter two, where
Hmm.
Dollface and Scarecrow are outside of the truck looking at something. That's not from chapter one, that's from the ending of chapter two. And I was like, wait a minute. I recognize this. Oh, yeah, it's that photo from like last year. But overall, it was just like, yeah, it was a mediocre movie. Cool stuff, but I don't like that bull scene. I don't like that. That was ridiculous. I don't know
Yeah.
why they decided to include that. Like, bro, I get it. She's surviving in like the wild, like she's in the woods and stuff trying to survive,
Uh
but
huh.
you didn't have to go all your way and just bring a full on bull to come out and straight up beat her ass. Like you didn't have to do that. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but you didn't have to.
Also, I'm gonna be AFK, so you can like talk to your views for like a
Yeah,
bit.
that's all good. I still have
All
time.
right.
Yeah, that's all good. All right. And we have another comment. It would be honestly it would honestly be cool if one of the survivors from Strangers by Night returns in chapter 3 as a killer. That would be a cool concept for a survivor to be killer. That is exactly what I needed to hear. And well, actually, no, I don't know if this would technically work because Strangers by Night is disconnected from chapter 1, 2, and 3. And same as the original. If you've seen chapter 2, you would know that the original is literally not a part of this new franchise, or this new timeline. But going based off of the teaser trailer that we got at the end of The Strangers chapter 2, I know for a matter of fact, or I have a theory that one of the characters we see in that trailer is actually from Prey at Night. In the teaser trailer, not really a teaser trailer, it's more of like a get ready for this because it's gonna come out type thing. But in the ending of chapter 2, or why do I keep saying that? In the Strangers chapter 3 like mini teaser trailer, we see this random girl on a bed and I'm like, yo, why does she look like Madison from Pray at Night? Hold up, chat. Wait a minute. Why does she look really familiar? So she might be from Pray at Night, but who knows? Hi, Queen. Me, bro? That's crazy. No, that's crazy.
Okay, I
Hi, I guess.
um okay, so reminder, if you guys haven't seen The Strangers chapter 2, cover your ears, please.
Yeah,
Um so my theory for chapter 3, since Pinup Girl recently died, I think they're going to force Maya to become one of the strangers since she has gone through a lot,
yeah,
and and she's going to see what they have been doing to the other people in the town.
yep. And if you have seen the post-credit scene, kind of, yeah. If you've seen the post-credit scene in Strangers Chapter 2, your theory is, I don't know if it's confirmed because it's kind of confusing, but
Mhm.
in the end, you see Maya wearing Pinup Girl's mask. So I'm like, is she going to become one of the strangers or is she not? I'm not entirely sure on that. Um, the Strangers is honestly one of the series to get away with making a survivor from the past film the killer. Wait, whoa. The Strangers is honestly one of the series to get away with making a survivor from the past film the killer. Oh, I totally read it wrong. The killer, because that hasn't been done in the Strangers films yet. It hasn't. I was about to say it hasn't been done ever, but no, I remember one of the recent films that came out this year. Um I'm not gonna say which film because it literally straight up just ruins like the entire killer for who it is. But if you guys know what film came out earlier this summer, then you know which survivor I'm talking about becomes the killer. But yes, there have been films or a film where one of the original survivors has become one of the killers. Um, ooh, that's another good theory. Maybe Finney becomes the grabber maybe after Black Phone 2. Because it's
Ooh.
pretty clear that they're gonna come out with the third film. There's possibility. Never gonna happen because that guy's only a kid, but it could happen. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, it can happen. Remember Charles Lee Ray from Chucky season 1? Yeah, you know
Uh-huh.
what I'm talking about. That guy straight up watched his no, he watched his own father get killed, and then he's like, "That looks like a lot of fun." And then he kills his mom, and then I'm like, "So that's your origin story. That's great to know."
That's pretty funny.
It is funny. I was like, Okay, so I guess watching people kill people drives you to become a killer. Okay, fair enough. To be fair, though, with the Strangers, there's a new group of people in every Strangers film, so um,
Um, I guess you could say that.
yeah, this honestly because of Prey at Night specifically, yes. And because of the new one, yes. Because of Strangers Chapter 2, I know that it's a straight reboot. I know it from the get-go. After the ending of Chapter 2, I was like, yeah, this is not connected to the original at all.
Mm-mm.
Um honestly, going based off of what you said, it could be true about different strangers coming in every film. It could be like a Scream film or an I Know What You Did Last Summer, Hard Eyes, Thanksgiving, blah blah blah, etc. Who done it films, whatever. It could be similar to one of those types of films, but you never know what can happen in a who done it movie. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
Strangers isn't necessarily who done it, but it's more like who's gonna do it. But yeah, that's not a bad theory to come up with. Um, overall, mid movie. Would I recommend watching it? No. If do you want to watch it? I guess so. It
I
depends on what
guess.
you want. Yeah,
Um,
I'm still gonna see chapter 3 though, even if it
I
sucks.
feel like the man in the mask is gonna be a pretty obvious reveal since Pinup Girls was very also obvious.
Oh my god! When I saw, like, I had a feeling that it was Pinup Girl from the start. Like, obviously, blah blah blah. Your earmuffs. I'm gonna say another spoiler, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I had a feeling that it was Pinup Girl because the girl from the diner straight up brought them over to this weird Airbnb, and then they start getting attacked there, and I'm like, that's really odd. Like, why would you bring them over there? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of weird. So that's what I've been thinking of, and I think that does make a lot of sense for that to happen.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I knew from the get go that was going to be her. And then even after that, in chapter 2, there's multiple scenes where it's like showing her thinking about something while she's in the diner or whatever. And I was like, yeah, she's the killer. And then as soon as I see the tattoo on the guy's neck, I'm like,
Neck.
yep, yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
I know it. And then
The
pairing
thing
him side
is,
by side to the actual
uh huh.
kid, I'm like, Freckles, wow. Yeah, it's you.
The thing is, we don't know who Dollface is. That's the harder
That's the
part.
only thing. I don't know who Dollface can be. Dollface could be anybody, honestly.
Uh huh.
Man, it could even be the old woman. It could be Carol from the diner of all. Actually, no, her hands would be wrinkly. If
Yeah.
Dollface's hands would be wrinkly, so no. Um, Dollface. Ooh, that's hard. That's really hard to predict, actually. I know it can't be any of the girls that worked at the hospital since they were killed. So, that's a tough one to think of. Um, it could be a man, actually. It could just be a man. Honestly, it could be a man.
It could, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think it would, cause we heard Dollface's voice in the first film when she was singing.
yeah. That's another thing. And looking back at it, if you look at Pinup Girl's cosplay and
Uh huh.
Dollface's cosplay, they both have a beanie on their head to cover their hair. So it's either a boy with long hair or just an actual girl. So it could be anybody, honestly. Yeah. I got to go back and rewatch The Strangers. Luckily, it's on Netflix. I'm gonna go watch that tonight for my spooky movie marathon. Oh, come on, man. I want The Strangers on my Netflix. I'm lucky I
Oh
own it,
my!
though.
I literally watched The Strangers yesterday on my Netflix. That's insane.
Oh my god. I man, what I have to do, I have to go and actually pull out my actual disc for that plug it into my PS5, spend like 2 minutes loading up my PS5 just to go watch it. Like, bro, I ain't doing all of that, bro. That's too much work for me, bro. That's way too much work. You think I'm gonna go pull out my disc, go watch The Strangers? Nah, I ain't doing that. But I still got it. Um,
Mm.
I also own the Black Phone as well. I should probably rewatch the Black Phone, honestly, for the Black Phone too. Even though I remember everything that happened, I could probably
Yeah.
go and rewatch it because I love the Black Phone. Um, I I don't know if it's the bet. Actually, I think it might be the best like supernatural paranormal movie of the entire decade so far. I think it
Yeah.
is.
Come
Like if there was maybe another A Nightmare on Elm Street, then yeah, that would obviously be number one, depending on how they do it. But the Black Phone, that's a completely different story. That like what am I saying? No, technically it would just be a regular slasher. I'm talking like Black Phone 2 then. But overall, I think it's a great film. And it's like the change in tone, I'm interested to see how that's going to pull off because they did that with Megan. And keep in mind, both Megan and the Black Phone are made by Blumhouse. So same company, and they absolutely messed up Megan 2.0. I'm not even going to go watch that, bro. I'd rather watch um Judgment Day 1,000 times in a row over watching 2 minutes of Megan 2.0. So honestly, they could mess up the Black Phone 2 if they really wanted to. On my Netflix, I still know what you did last summer, The Strangers, and the new the new one as well, dude. You know what sucks? You know what sucks about Canada? Sony films we have to wait 2 years for. Yeah. So pretend Spider-Man. No, wait. Pretend Spider-Man Brand New Day was coming out in 2026. I would have to wait until
Mm-hmm.
2028 to get that on my Netflix because for some reason Netflix Canada has a contract with Sony where they can only bring the new Sony movies 2 years after its initial release date. Like they just added Thanksgiving this year, and I'm like, dude, I've been waiting so long for this film. What is taking so long? But now that it's finally on Netflix, I'm a happy man. But now I have to wait another 2 years for Hard Eyes. So that's mad. That's making me mad. But it is on the Netflix in the US, so I did watch that on my way back from Portland
Yeah.
after Rose City Comic Con. Not talking about politics on this channel, but what is happening in Portland. Um I pray for all of you, whoever lived there. I pray for all of you. I'm glad I'm not there anymore. Because what's happening there is just disgusting. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
enough about politics, even though it's only for like 2 seconds. Uh yeah, that's ooh. Yeah, Netflix really needs to like fix their contract and bring like Netflix movies or no, Sony movies onto Netflix maybe after like a few months, not 2 years. And I nah, the Black Phone hasn't even been on my Netflix yet, I think. I don't think it's been on my Netflix. That's
I
another
don't think
thing.
it's even on my Netflix. I'll have to look.
I'd probably have to look on mine as well, but I don't think that my Netflix has the Black Phone. Uh, you could probably use a VPN to get stuff on Netflix from different countries.
The thing is, I don't trust VPNs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people use VPNs, and I mean hundred millions of people use VPNs, but I don't trust that, bro. I get it. It's good to save your stuff if you have a lot of valuable stuff on your phone or whatever, and your
Mm.
phone is easily hackable by many hackers. Like I get it, using VPNs can help you a lot. It's like I don't know if I trust that. That's the thing. Even
Yeah.
my dad's girlfriend uses it, and I'm like, I don't know if I can trust VPNs. It's just like VPNs are cool and all, but it's like I don't think I even need it, honestly. With what I do on my channel, I don't even need VPNs, bro. Like,
Hmm.
who's gonna want a horror channel? And then when they take over and start making videos on it or whatever, or steal revenue from me, they'll be like, hey, where's Cruel at? Hey, you're not Cruel. Like, imagine Mr. Beast gets hacked not using the VPN, bro. That would actually kind of suck for him. But overall, like, I don't know if I trust VPNs. And guys, I'm so sorry if I sound weird today and if I'm not talking straight. I'm stressed, man. I had school in the morning and then I had to drive like a long way all the way over here. Traffic's crazy. And in like 13,
Oh,
13 minutes I gotta go. Maybe. I'm not sure. What's up, everyone? It's your fragrant boy here. Hey, what's up? I think I've seen you on here before already. How are you doing, bro? We are chilling right now. We're just talking
mhm.
Black Phone 2. And TCK, what is up, my guy?
Hey.
Bro is here. The man, the myth, the legend, the Haunt Fest, bro. He's
Uh
here,
huh.
bro.
Yep.
We getting a little bit icy here today. Not for that Ghostbusters film. Not for that one. Yeah, I don't like that film now that I think about
I
it.
actually
But
need to
oh,
rewatch the original Ghostbusters. Like, I don't remember
it's
anything
been a
from it.
while since I watched it. Yeah. I want to try to rewatch the new one to like maybe try to enjoy it a little bit more. But I
Hmm.
watched that two times in theaters. I watched it with my dad because we're both crazy Ghostbusters fans, and then I
Uh
watched it
huh.
with my friend for his birthday. And I regret it, honestly. Like, it's not a good film. It's slow. It's weird. It should have been a 2.5 hour film with how good the villain could have been.
Uh
Can't
huh.
wait for Black Phone 2. Yes, sir. Um, did you see that Miss What?
What?
Why are they doing this? Like, honestly, they're just desperate at this point. I can't with the Scream franchise right now. Like, oh dude. I'm really excited for Scream 7, don't get me wrong. But I am really, really worried because this film is not gonna go well
Miss Loomis
from
is
what
gonna
I've
have me
seen.
on a
Yeah,
choke. Miss
bro.
Loomis is gonna have me on a chokehold. Why is she coming
No,
back?
honestly, uh, like I get it. They're probably gonna do flashback scenes, or maybe they're gonna use the AI generated voices, which I think would be
Oh
stupid.
no.
Um, 17th of October. Yep, you're right. Honestly, the only bad Ghostbusters film has to be the 2016 one. Uh,
Oh.
that one wasn't good. I'll be honest. That one wasn't good either, but I do think the new one wasn't good either. Afterlife, I did really enjoy Afterlife. I thought that
Yeah.
was a fun change of tone. But this new one tried to become the old one, but it wasn't. Final Destination 7 is in the works. Yeah, I do want
Yep.
to try to cover that one. To be fair, if Sarah Michelle Gellar could return in the new I Know What You Did Last Summer film, we're probably trying to do the same thing with Scream 7. She wasn't in the film though. That's the thing. It was Jennifer Love Hewitt that was in the film for like 2 minutes because she was off filming 911, which by the way looks so stupid. I don't know how they've been running this show for 9 seasons. Like, why are they going up against straight up asteroids
Oh my
coming from
gosh, the
space?
teaser. The
The
teaser
the
is
music, the music. I can't with the music, bro. It's annoying.
it's just too much. Like what's
It's
going
like
on?
it's so cringy, and then the acting as well. What the heck is that? Like, just swear if you want, my guy. It's better than saying what the heck is that? What the hell is that? That would have been better than saying no. What the heck
Yeah.
is that? Like, dude, and it's so cringe. And then Jennifer Love Hewitt is like, oh my god. And then the guy's like, 118, brace for impact. Like, what are
Oh
we
my
doing here,
gosh.
man? And
What are we
then
doing?
like, and now there's memes coming out. Next up on 911,
This
these
is
people are going to have to go, or no, first responders go. into space to collect 6 Infinity Stones to snap and bring back half of the population back. Like,
Oh my
what are these
gosh.
memes? I can't with this franchise, bro. Um, to be fair, 911 went crazy when Jennifer's character survived, getting her throat slit in season. What?
What?
Wait, what?
Since when?
See, this is exactly why she should have just paid attention to I Know What You Did Last Summer. I get it, 911 is a good franchise for her. But what about the fans? Let's be honest, 911 does not have a community. It's a police force, god damn it.
From what I heard, oh.
Oh, no, no. Bro, we are not
No.
going in space, bro. Okay, I got an idea for you guys. What if we did police but in space? I know these people are dude, they're actually doing that for 911, the new season. They're actually doing that. They're like, get ready because you're about to embark on an adventure where no first responders go. And then it
That's
shows these
embarrassing.
police force people dressed up in astronaut suits in space. And I'm like, what is happening?
What?
This is
That.
Jason X all over again. First, we have Jason X getting struck by lightning and coming back to life, and then he gets absolutely blown into crap, and then comes
Oh
back
my
by
gosh.
taking over people's bodies, and then he goes into space, rebuilds himself as this absolute killing machine, and then he gets sent off of a ship and goes crashing into Earth. Like, what is this? 911 does have a great cast in it, though.
I
Jennifer Love
mean,
Hewitt.
oh, Jennifer Love Hewitt was supposed to have a fight scene in the end of I Know What You Did Last Summer, but she didn't have that much screen time because she was
Yeah.
working with the 911.
And honestly, biggest regret of actually no, to be fair though, like how much money did I Know What You Did Last Summer make? I don't think it made any, if I'm being
I don't
honest.
know.
I only started watching it when Jennifer joined the cast in season 2. It seems like they always want her character to cry. She's always screaming, that's why. Like every single second in I Know What You Did Last Summer, she's just screaming, and I'm like, "Geez, girl, calm down, bro."
Calm your
And then,
horses.
yeah, exactly. And then in this new one, she's just like, yeah, so first off you have to like do this, blah blah blah. She's like she sounds depressed in this new one.
Yeah.
And then in the first one, she's like, oh wow, I'm a happy little girl. Ah, oh my god, I just accidentally killed someone. There's talks of a sequel to the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. Jennifer had said that there may be a sequel. Yeah.
If you guys seen the post
I don't
credit
know.
scene, you would know.
Yeah. And based off of that post credit scene, I'm not surprised. But that ending, I gotta say, I know a lot of people didn't like it. Davey, great friend of mine, Killjoy, another good friend of mine, they didn't like it, but I did actually like it. Same with M from Horror. She liked it. And I liked it because of the ending. It's finally something that they've did for once in this stupid franchise, bro, or just stupid whodunit films in general. Like, finally, they make one of the. I'm not. Actually, yeah, just block your ears if you don't want to hear this. I'm so happy that they finally made one of the original survivors one of the killers. That's
Uh
the
huh.
greatest decision in horror history, if I'm being honest. Yeah. What's your thoughts on the good boy? Oh, the
Oh,
doggy one. I don't know. It looks interesting. I've
people are
heard
getting
great reviews on
sad.
it. Yeah, I've heard. 3C Film said he got sad, and apparently his review wasn't bad either. He said it was a good film. I don't remember, but it looks like a good film.
It looks
Mediocre at
depressing.
worst. Yeah, especially. Ray may return for the sequel. He's gonna pull a Ben Willis from I Still Know What You Did
Stop
Last Summer.
that.
Maybe Ray follows Julie, do crew to
Stop that.
the Bahamas.
Stop that.
No, that would be crazy. Bro's just like he may pull a Stu Mocker. Who knows?
Oh
To be
my
fair, I Know What You
gosh.
Did Last Summer should have just stopped after the second one.
He's gonna
because
pull a
the
William
second one was
Afton.
at least decent. I'll always know was what the hell was that? Don't even I don't even remember anything about I'll always know what you did last summer because that's how stupid it was. If you guys have seen I'll always know what you did last summer, please erase that out of your head. That was undeniably stupid. Not Jason Goes to Hell stupid, but it was pretty stupid.
The thing is, why was Jack Black in the second film of I Know What You Did
Oh
Last
my
Summer?
god. I remember that. He looks so young. Like
Yeah.
that was like early 2000s as well before he did School of Rock. He looked young and that haircut he had, bro. What was that? Wasn't like crazy hair day for school, was it? Like my guy. He had this like
Oh my
crazy
gosh.
like Goku Super Saiyan hair from Dragon Ball Z. Like that was just crazy. Wait. I just got one question. How the heck did Ray even get the hook from Ben Willis? Is Ben Willis died of the Bahamas? I did. Wait. Let me read that again. I just got one question. How the heck did Ray even get the hook from Ben Willis? If Ben died at the Bahamas, did Ray drive to the Bahamas to get the hook? Maybe he bought the hook. People
Maybe he
sell
got a
stuff on
replica.
auction. Hey, maybe. To be fair, this ain't no Scream franchise, but judging by that shrine, anything can be possible. You never know.
Uh
I
huh.
mean, how does Richie get his hand on like hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of police evidence? How
Uh
does
huh.
he get all of that? Like my guy, Richie was high in that movie, bro.
For sure.
I know that guy was like great actor though, great character, kind of. Um, Ooh, isn't Jack Quaid supposed to be in a new horror movie coming out?
I think.
I
Isn't
forgot
it
which one it was.
crazy? Isn't it crazy how Amber did most of the work other
Yeah,
than Richie?
bro, Richie is such a crybaby. Like Amber, at least in the end, is trying to fight for herself, and she's screaming and having fun. But then Richie's just crying over there, having his arms up like this, like a little doggy, crying on the floor while getting stabbed 22 times in a row by Samantha Carpenter, who
Uh
happens
huh.
to be the daughter of the world's most famous serial killer in the Scream franchise. Kind of.
She did more useful than Richie.
Bro, Melissa Barrera did more than Richie, and Richie was the actual killer. Keep that in
Exactly.
mind. Actually, no. Richie actually kind of did more. He was great at manipulating her. Great. That's the only pro of being a Richie Kirsch fan. That he was
Yeah.
great at manipulating people. I mean, my guy had Samantha on the hook for the entire movie. That was like crazy.
The only death that made me sad was Wes. He did not deserve
Wes.
to die.
Man, Wes was such a great character. I loved him, and I love the actor as well. He's a great person. I listened to his
Yeah.
band actually. He's not a bad band. If you did know, he does have a band. They
Mhm.
don't make bad music either. Yeah, Wes was
Yeah.
great. I still think it was awesome. Wait, I still think it was someone else that killed Dewey because Amber didn't talk during her kills while the ghost face talked and mocked him during the kill.
But Amber was talking about Dewey.
Hmm. Yeah, she was. And also, how would she have known? Actually, no, they probably pulled off a Dokkaebi from Rainbow Six Siege. Because Dokkaebi has this move where she can kill someone, hack their phone, and get access to Defender cameras. So maybe Amber just pulled a move after Ghostface killed someone. She went in, grabbed their phone, and got access to all the security cameras, checked it out, watched Dewey get killed. Who knows? That might happen. Either way, I don't know. Some people were saying it was Stu Macher that killed him, and I'm like,
There's no
you're
way.
you're crazy. You're crazy. I'm sorry. Like, I get it. Cool theory, great theory, but it's not true. It can't be true. Because why would he come out of all like after all this time And why would he specifically go after Tara?
Mm-hmm.
And how would he know Richie's name? That's another
Oh.
thing. And how would he know Samantha? How would he know Tara?
Wait, plot twist. What if that wasn't the real Dewey? Oh.
Hey, you never know. You never know. Honestly, wait. Ooh, I just thought of a different plot twist. Maybe Stu Macher was actually working with. Oh crap, that makes a lot more sense. Actually, Stu Macher actually worked with Amber and Richie, but wasn't there for the third act, and
Wait,
it makes a lot of
Amber
sense.
was at Stu Macher's house though.
Yeah, she owned it, so it's like maybe. Yeah. How would Amber had known that Dewey would be distracted by Gale's wave? Whoa, 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 whoa. How would
Oh.
Amber had known that Dewey would be distracted by Gale's phone call if only Richie knew about Gale and Dewey being married in the past? Huh.
Richie would probably tell Amber.
Yeah. And also, well, actually, that's kind of rough to. Actually, no, it's pretty much like on the news. It's
Yeah.
literally on the news. Because keep in mind, Gale is a famous person. She's a celebrity
She's a
in the
reporter
Scream
even.
movies. Yeah. Like she's not an actor. She's just like she's basically Jimmy Fallon kind of, but not talking about on like talk shows or whatever. Not like Jimmy Kimmel or whatever. She's like
Hold on.
this news person, but she happens to be like super famous. So like you like obviously her marriage divorce would obviously come up. Uh wait. Let me read this back. Black Phone 2 will be better than the first one. I'm skeptical about that. It could be better, but I'm not sure. Stu probably didn't appear for the final act in Scream 5 because Amber killed his nephew Vince. Ah, that's something to think about. Wait, wait, wait. Now that I think about it, these theories about Stu Macher being the third killer in Scream 5 actually is a really good chance of being true. Now
Wait,
that you bring this up, King Matthew, think about it. There wouldn't be any public information about whatever Schumacher's sister name was. Like, how does Amber instantly know who that is? And then how does she know who is uh who Vince is? Like, how did she know that Vince happens to be uh Schumacher's nephew? Like, how does she know that? I get it. The internet's all over the place and you can find out a bunch of stuff.
wait.
But let's be honest. There's going to be no information about some random guy named Vince that just happens to be the daughter of, whoa, the son of Leslie Mocker. There's
I
not going to
have
be any information.
I have two questions.
Let's
Um,
hear it.
since Tatum died in the first movie, right? How
Yeah.
would they know that she called the killer Ghost Face? How would they know that?
Mm, that's another thing to think about. Yeah, that's a good one. Like, there's so many unanswered questions that they just don't answer.
Yeah.
And after we think about it, there's many films that are like, or no, there's many films. Whoa, there's many ideas that are like, this could be true, but it could not be true. So it's like maybe there's a slight chance that there's something connected to that. Uh, The Strangers Chapter 2. Have you watched it, bro? Yes, I watched it 2 days ago actually. In theaters alone because no one will go with me to the film. So I was
Oh,
just like, "Hey, Dad, can I just go watch The Strangers Chapter 2 on my own because none of you guys want to go see it with me?" Then he was like, "Sure, whatever, I don't care." And I was like, "Yay!" So he took me over to the movies. I bought my ticket and I waited for like 30 minutes for the doors to open. Great movie. Whoa, what am I saying? Mid movie. Um, Yeah, that's what happens when there's a lot of stuff on your mind and you just randomly come out of nowhere to stream. StreamYard, speaking of streaming, what is up, Rice?
oh. Here's my second question. Um, I think Amber only owned the Stu Mocker house because she probably knew that Stu would probably come for the final act.
Yeah, but probably like after he found out that Vince got killed,
Yeah.
then he was like, "Hell no, bro! I ain't working with your ass. Get the hell away from me, bro." Yeah.
Actually.
I also think it was Roman that killed Tatum. Because why would Roman get offended during the phone call with the bodyguard in three when the bodyguard mocks Tatum? And also, how did Roman know Tatum died? That's something to think about.
Sydney did see the body, so she probably told people, or they probably came to the house and saw her dead body.
Exactly. And also, like, keep in mind,
Okay, hold on.
Roman was working with them. And Rice is saying, "How do I join?" You do know this ain't Horror Talk Tuesday, right, my guy? You know that, right? If it was Horror Talk Tuesday, then I would still not let you join because of what happened on the first episode. But either way,
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm not gonna let you in, and then you're singing "Tung Tung Tung Saror" on like a 10-hour loop. I can't have that happen again. Just like what Chase did on the second one. My guy just joined, looked into the camera, and gave me a side eye, and then he was like, "It's me," and then he just left, and I'm like, "Bro, what is happening, bro? Please." No, you know the rules. I'm not going to. No, maybe for tomorrow because it's a podcast episode. These are exclusive. That's why Allison is on here. Only Allison because it's an exclusive live stream. And
Yeah.
also, yeah, it's not horror talk either. It's like
Exactly.
it's an exclusive invite or an exclusive request that the person made to me to join. In which
Yep.
Alexandra was one of them, but then he just backed out because his school band or whatever was gonna be at a football practice or football game or whatever. And then I'm like, so why would you even ask if you were gonna join the team anyway? And you knew that you would have after school stuff to do. And you know you gotta be prepared for this type of thing. So
Plus,
yeah,
I
I
wanted to
beg.
be on this episode, so if you asked him, you would have probably been in this
Yeah, and keep in
podcast.
mind, there's also other episodes coming out. But I guarantee to Rice, no offense, I don't think you're gonna know much about Predator Badlands or Stranger Things Season 5. No offense. Or FNAF 2 or Silent Hill, Return to Silent Hill. Please be a good movie. I'm begging you. I love Silent Hill 2.
Oh my
I
gosh.
love the fragrance
One of
style.
the characters looks so bad. There, I can even see that it's a wig.
James Sunderland in the new one is diabolical. Yes?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I guess that's it for this episode because it's 5:09. So
Oh
we
wow.
honestly got quite a lot done in this one. It's
Yeah.
an hour and
An
12
hour.
minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's it for this one because I got to go again to a basketball game. So
All right.
have a great day, everyone, and I will see you later.
Enjoy
Next
your game.
time. Hope you have a great night as well, and I will see you all
Thank
later.
you.
See ya.
All right. See ya.
Bye.